Leading others when you aren't the boss, when you don't have built-in power over their work plan or their paycheck, can be tough. But oftentimes it's necessary, especially when you're executing change, because so often we have to get work done through others. By the end of this video, you're going to be armed with 3 actions you can begin taking immediately to help you better lead those you don't directly manage. Those that have little or no company-sponsored incentive to follow you. Let's get it. In this video, I'll start with a little context as we think about leading. Then we'll walk through those 3 actions, sure to help you lead and inspire those you don't have direct ownership of their work plan. Okay, first, a little context as we think about leading. Having the ability to lead others when you don't directly manage them or don't have responsibility over their work plan, that means you're acting in a way that's inspiring them to choose to follow you, to choose to listen to your guidance, to your direction. It's their choice, not their obligation. And that's so powerful, but to get to that point, it means you will have aligned your action with your intention to achieve that desired impact of them choosing to follow you. So let's talk through 3 possible actions to do that. The first leadership action you can take is to set the example. You might find yourself striving to influence a behavior change. Or perhaps you're striving to lead or influence culture change or a new way of working. Maybe your manager or leadership just isn't leading the way that they should in order to really inspire and empower the workforce. This creates the opportunity for you to lead by example, to be the example of what good leadership looks like. You know, this reminds me of an experience that I had with an individual who was working in their local sheriff's department. And they were the 3rd ranking individual in that office, responsible for training. And the sheriff, or the one that was at the top of the organization, could honestly care less about inspiring, about nurturing, about listening to the workforce. He was a very hands-off and really just absent type of a leader, really not caring about the workforce, and it showed. And this individual, the 3rd ranking individual, is someone that I encountered after a keynote engagement, and he shared this perspective in the organization and kind of what he was going through. He had strived to influence just by telling his manager, you need to be listening to the employees. You actually need to be going out onto the floor and you need to be talking to these individuals. And he never really listened to that. And so what that individual chose to do is to set the example. He began actually showing up on the night shift just to interact with those individuals. He made it a point to actually walk the floor, to engage with folks, to let them know that he was there if they needed anything, to have conversations not about the work, but about what might be going on for them outside of work, truly showing that he cared and that he wanted to listen. And the level of engagement that happened because of him taking that action clearly showed. And that began to influence that sheriff to the power of actually nurturing, listening to, and engaging with his employees above and beyond just them being a part of the workforce, but as human beings. So when we can take it upon ourselves to set the example, and when leaders start to see how people begin to follow us, choosing to follow us, that can really help to influence and inspire them to do the same. By the way, are you digging this, getting value? I drop videos like this all the time, almost every day. So please click subscribe. You'll be one of the first to get notified. My intention is to give you value with every single video. So click subscribe, be one of the first. Okay, let's get back into it. The second leadership strategy is to develop and practice your authentic leadership style. Spend time understanding how do you want to show up as a leader in the organization from wherever you sit. I don't care if you just started your job last week, you still have the ability to lead from where you sit. As long as part of your work is interacting with others, then you have the opportunity to lead. Okay, let me make this a little bit more concrete and action-oriented by listing out some questions you can ask yourself in this moment that's going to help you begin dimensioning what your authentic leadership style might be. The first question to ask yourself, what are my personal values? What are my personal values? Those are those attributes that you believe in, that are woven through every aspect of your life, not just in your work. That could look like honesty, transparency, direct communication, respect for everyone, or optimism. Get clear and understand what are those values in yourself. Because as you step into a leadership position, and again, from wherever you sit, you want to make sure that you're not compromising those values and that those values actually still sing out when you're leading others. The second question to pose yourself is, what do I want to be known for? What do I want to be known for? And if that doesn't immediately come to mind for you, what's been helpful for me is to reflect and think about those leaders in the organization or in other businesses that you've seen that you really admire. What is it that they're embodying? How can you see that they are making other people feel, or maybe the way that they make you feel? That can help you understand maybe some of those traits that you also want to be known for, the ones that you admire most. I know two big ones for me is any leader who's comfortable in their own skin, as well as that leader who can admit when they've made a mistake or when they've done something wrong. Those are certainly two things that I strive to embody in my leadership style. The third and final question, what can I do better than most? What can I do better? What can you do better than most as it relates to motivating, engaging, and inspiring another? This could be your ability to actively listen. This could be your incredible sense of humor. This could be how well you can communicate, either verbally or written. Strive to understand what is that thing, that gift, that value, that talent that you can do better than many other people that you've encountered. And once you've identified what that is, strive to find ways to strengthen it. I know for me, I really enjoy communication, both verbal and written. And once I recognized that I had a gift to be able to do that, I strive to find ways to modify my work plan so that I had more things that I could do as it relates to communicating. Whether that looked like taking over meeting minutes, whether that looked like being able to present in front of the team or in front of the organization. But strive to find those opportunities. Work back with your manager to strive to find those ways that you can strengthen those things that you're better at than most others. The final leadership strategy is to sharpen your viewpoints and then share them. A great way to provide others with the opportunity to choose to follow you is to make it known the way that you view the world. By making your thoughts, your ideas, your perspectives known, there's opportunity that those thoughts will resonate with someone else, that it will pique their curiosity, that they'll want to know more from you or learn more about you. So when you're going into meetings or into reviews and you kind of know what the context is, give some thought to what is your view on this? What is your view on how the initiative is going, what the initiative maybe should be doing, or whatever it is within that agenda that's going to be discussed? And find opportunity within the discussion to share that confidently and, of course, authentically as yourself. And maybe speaking up during meetings isn't your thing, right? You don't really like, speaking out. You'd like to kind of keep to yourself. That's completely okay because there's many avenues for your voice, for your opinions, for your viewpoints to get heard, whether that be sharing it through newsletters, through emails, through articles, blog posts, or even creating little videos if you feel so inspired to do so. There are many different ways for you to share what you believe in, your perspective and your views, short of taking up a lot of airtime within a meeting. Speaking of leading others, don't go yet because I got something for you completely for free. I want to give you a recording of one of my keynotes, a keynote that I delivered to a group of leaders going through a significant amount of change inside the organization and within the market. And specifically that portion of the keynote where I'm gleaning insights from our latest research at Change Enthusiasm Global, focused on how to inspire, how to influence those going through really difficult change when they're feeling those really difficult emotions. Now, of course, this is a message that clients all over the world pay me to deliver, but it's yours today for free. All you got to do is click on the link below, because I want to make sure that you have the data, the insights, the research to accelerate your growth when you're striving to influence those that you don't have direct responsibility over, or when you're going through a big change or disruption. I'm Cassandra Worthy, and until we meet again, keep growing and keep rocking.